Hey guys, what's going on? This is Larknok1/AKWAddict, and today I'm bringing you guys a 27 and 3 kills and deaths ratio match on Pentagon Prime, Capture the Flag. And let's hop right into it. Today I have another special guest with me. Well, he's been on this channel before, so you probably know him by now. Everyone say hello to Simo.
Yes, hello to me indeed. Oh, that just sounds very, I don't know, very arrogant, but I'm not arrogant.
You're like the modest person I know.
Yay! Yeah,
Anyways, so for the topic today, well, we have a lot of things to cover because, as you can see, this is going to be like a 15-minute video. And don't let that scare you because we have a lot to talk about. You will be entertained. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is Simo. He recently finished a montage, and it's probably, I'd have to say, the best edited Conduit 2 montage there is currently. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the screen now, and well, a link to it, and you'll be able to check that out in the description. So go check that out after you're done watching this video. It's quite epic. The editing is awesome.
yeah. I think this is like my best montage in general. But the only complaint that I have is that, at least for me, it feels like it didn't show enough cool kills kind of stuff. Like I didn't show enough no scopes and stuff like that. And even before then, before we did this commentary, we were just talking about how I just missed a whole bunch of actual cool clips.
Yeah, I think the analogy that I use is that it's kind of sad because you literally were like you probably spent so much time into all the editing of it. You're probably like I'd probably give your montage like a B+, but you were 10 minutes away from like an A.
Yeah, because those 10 minutes of just of editing and making sure that I have cool clips in there probably could have gave me like an A+.
Yeah, because all I'm saying is like there's literally that there's one place in there, and we were talking about this last night with Simo, where I squealed because I couldn't take it. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. He was like, no!
Basically, there's this one part in the montage. I don't remember exactly where it is. It might be 3 minutes.
It's like around 3 minutes or so.
It's like, where I snipe this guy and I pull out my pistol and I one-shot him and it finishes him off, and then I run forward. But then he like slow-mo's it as this guy's turning the corner. When in the video clip that I gave him to edit this montage, I end up drag scoping that guy, turn around in no scope. So when I saw it freeze frame as he's coming around the corner, I was like, "No, Simo, what did you do?"
Exactly.
But
it was my fault, but oh well.
It's fine.
So we already spent enough time goofing around. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So the bulk for today's commentary is going to be about and very related to why Simo is here. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty montages and Black Ops montages specifically, of course, and Conduit 2, because now Simo has edited for both of them, so he actually has an educated opinion on this. Simo, what do you want to talk? What do you have to say about Conduit 2 montages and Call of Duty montages?
Well, I can say this is that they're very different, especially when you look at the Xbox 360, PS3, and PC community. Like, when you look at Agony V and a couple of other editors like the Modern Wish, and you look at a Conduit 2 montage, and you just see a stark of a difference. It's very huge. Like for like Conduit 2 montages, like they're cool and whatnot. They have some cool clips, but like compared to even Call of Duty standards, but they're just not. They're not as edited as well, and that's kind of how I feel like how Conduit 2 montages are just sort of lacking in that aspect. That's the reason why I spent like such a hard time on the montage, like just adding so many cool effects in there, like real smart motion blur.
Dude, your editing is amazing. I might not have said this, but his editing is amazing. He might have left out, like, that's why I said he only needs 10 minutes to turn that thing into an A+, because he's literally so close. It's so close to being amazing. The editing is phenomenal. I love the saturation effect you have in it. I love the slow-mo where it's necessary. I love the motion blur. It makes Conduit 2 look a bit more badass than it is.
Yeah, Conduit 2 already looks like one of the best Wii graphics. I mean, best graphical games on the Wii, but adding motion blur to it just makes it look a lot better. It just, in fact, adding motion blur to pretty much anything makes it look a lot better, especially if you look at Call of Duty
Yeah,
videos.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's sick.
If you want to make your montage look really cool, add motion blur to it. And you got to make sure you have at least Adobe After Effects or Sony Vegas Pro 10, which is what I use. I use Sony Vegas Pro 10. And yeah, I use Sony Vegas Pro 10. That editing program is just a beast. One of the best editing programs that I've ever used.
It's also really good for rendering. It's what I've been using to render the Civ 5 gameplays. And I was telling Simo this earlier. 2-minute clip of recording of Civ 5 on Fraps, 400 megabytes.
Yeah, it takes up a ton of, just a chunk of memory. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, you wanna say something about how Call of Duty and Conduit 2 montages are completely different?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like kill wise is concerned, it's very different. Like for Call of Duty, you can get 6-man sprays, 5-man sprays, but for Conduit 2, the best you can really only do, and is 3-man sprays, and even that is just close to nearly impossible.
Well, that's because like there's not very many spraying weapons in Conduit 2.
Yeah, there's only like one, and that's like the.
In player, I'd say probably the most impressive thing to me to see in a montage is an instant. Oh, I actually have perps for them mostly. Would be a no-break triple snipe is one of the things. I think I have one of those in the montage. It's on Precipice. You'll see it. It's basically essentially a no-break triple snipe is when you get 3 kills in a row. There's literally no break between when you fire and when you can fire your next shot. The only thing that limits you is when you're pulling back the bolt, but that's it. So that's one thing that's very impressive to me. And the other thing is a triple or quad shotgun. Look very nice. And yeah, definitely those two things are up there on the really impressive. If you can get an awesome kill with the phase rifle, you are a beast with the phase rifle, because I haven't even gotten a legitimate awesome kill. To get an awesome kill, you need to get a collateral and then follow it up with an additional kill, and that's something that's really difficult to pull off.
Yeah, it pretty much is, and when it comes to collaterals, it's kind of luckish as well. Because I mean, what's the chance of like having 2 people line up behind each other, and while you're phase rifling through the wall?
And you also, the thing is, it's not even just that, they have to hold the position.
Exactly.
Like 2 seconds. That's why I don't find collaterals in Conduit 2 to be that impressive. I was actually, if you've seen the my most recent video where I have the collateral in the end, the commentary I did for that was sarcasm, because I didn't find it that impressive. It was like, oh, that's interesting. I got 2 kills in 1 shot. Cool. But it wasn't like, whoa, that was hardcore, man. For me, it was just collaterals are like that thing, like, oh, I got a collateral, nice. It's that interesting thing. It's not that thing where I go crazy, like, that needs to be in a montage. Because, again, they're not that, I don't know how to, like, put it.
They're just not that impressive.
They're not that impressive. There's that one guy on YouTube who's gotten a triple collat in Conduit 2. That was impressive. But
yeah.
Not many people can pull off a triple collat, so...
Yeah, and also too, just before we get into the next thing, is I just want to cover some basic tips, some real quick basic tips for anybody that's an editor. So first off, tip number 1, I only got like 3 tips for you guys. Use a really good editing program. Don't use Windows Movie Maker. Please don't. Just for the entertainment of us all, don't use Windows Movie Maker. Especially for a first-person shooter montage, it just makes it look really bad, because there's almost no good effects for that program. So if you're looking for good editing software, use Sony Vegas Pro 10 or Adobe After Effects. That's pretty much it. And so tip number 2, I would probably say learn how to sync, learn your editing program very well. Those 2 things, just having syncing in your montage makes it a lot better, and learn your editing program makes it just makes you just epic, because then you can do stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do if you didn't know them. See what I'm saying? And so for the final tip, just have fun while you're doing it. It's editing is tedious, but it's very fun when you actually pull it off correctly.
Rewarding? Yeah.
It's rewarding, and definitely fun. Oh gosh.
What would you
Screwing
say
up.
about the value of practice? Like, practicing just editing short clips or other stuff?
Yeah, just editing mini tages. Like if you do a whole bunch of mini tages, you'll definitely improve a lot.
Killing spree.
So yeah, do you want to get into the next subject, which is I think is probably one of the more interesting ones for the Wii community?
Okay, yeah, sure. We're gonna be talking about. I already touched on this a little bit on one of my previous videos, but we're gonna be talking specifics here. The Wii controls in Conduit 2 versus in Black Ops.
Yeah, and even class controller itself, like when it comes to Wiimote and Nunchuck for Black Ops, I think they're slightly better, even though I really haven't. This is just from me hearing from people. Like I've heard that they're slightly better from a couple friends and whatnot. But why do you think that is, though? I mean, Conduit 1 was like the perfect control system ever.
They removed a few of the control options. It hasn't been really an issue for me because the way I control my character in Conduit 2, I've always had like full control of my character. It's never been an issue. But I know for some people, like RSD, he's been on here a couple times. His issue is that he doesn't have the vertical or horizontal view, and that really messes him up. So they kind of removed a couple things. I think it's one or two things they removed that they could have just left in the game. I don't see why they removed it. But as for the actual Wiimote controls being better in Black Ops, I'd have to disagree. I think that although there's a couple more options in Black Ops, I think the overall setup is just much easier to deal with and much, I don't know, it just runs smoother for me in Conduit than it does in Black Ops. Also, you can't edit things on the fly in Black Ops. You have to wait for, you have to basically, like, put in all the numbers, and then you can see if it was better or worse or not. In Conduit 2, you can just, like, do it on the fly. See if that speed's what you want.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. You can, in Conduit 2, for, like, the horizontal view, you can just...
1 minute.
In Conduit 1, I should say, you can edit it on the fly while you're in the option menu. So I think that's definitely a good, valid, and useful point, I should say.
But as far as CCP goes, I'd have to say neither game did it right.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think the only reason why it didn't seem to do it right in Black Ops, I mean, Black Ops, is because like they think about it like this. They built Conduit, they built Xbox controls first, and then they simply ported the exact same controls over to the Wii version of it, and having the exact same aim assist, having the exact same stuff, and that lends itself to be more of a disadvantage towards Wiimote players, because they don't have the aim assist. All they have is just themselves.
3,
And
2,
and
1.
also too, you probably guys don't know this, but you can actually sort of aim assist through walls with the CCP when you have it on. So
I've never used the CCP.
What it's gonna feel like is that it feels like sort of like a magnetism kind of feel, like through the wall. Like you will literally just somewhat attract your character through the wall. It's really hard to explain, but you'll get what I mean when you do it. Just go in Black Ops, use the CCP, and put someone behind the wall, and then you go to the wall. You'll still have aim assist through the wall. It's just crazy.
Okay, and now we're actually gonna go into a black screen because we're running out of time. That's fine though. Hope you guys enjoy black screen. But
Or you can just put up another gameplay.
no, we're gonna get a black screen.
No.
Anyways, guys, I hit 175 subscribers yesterday, so if you want a copy of Lark's Files version 1. All you need to do to get it is just leave a comment, or I actually suggest private messaging me, because you're gonna need to send me your email, and then I will email you personally a copy of it. If you want to redistribute redistribute version 1, you can. Just please give me credit where you did redistribute it. If one of you guys wants to put it on GameFAQs, it's perfectly fine. Just
Yeah.
have my channel link to it. Again, I'll put Simo's channel link here.
Yeah,
Uh,
and also, I don't mean to interrupt you, Lark, but I'm also in the process of trying to make a Conduit 2 weapons guide, weapons video guide, I should say. And I think so far it's going to be pretty epic. It's going to be similar to Xbox Ahoy, so if you guys know who he is, then you'll probably notice a little bit of similarities.
uh-huh.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, so again, you just need to be subscribed. That's the only requirement. If you want me to email you it, you can redistribute it if you'd like. Um, and a couple things more. Also, guys, Eurogamer, one of my friends, he asked if I could put his channel link up and advertise him on one of my videos. So I will oblige his
Request.
offer, yeah, his request, and his channel will be on the screen now as well. He's really good. The NWE clan in its entirety is really good. They have some really, really good content.
Yeah, I was watching their montage, one of their montages yesterday, and it's oh my gosh, oh
Quite
my
good.
gosh, it's really
The
good.
quality is really good. Um,
Yes,
so yeah, you just a shout out to him. You better go subscribe because he's awesome. And I think that's it, guys. If you like this video, like it. If you liked it a lot, you should favorite it and
yeah, it gets
subscribe
more
for more.
exposure out there.
And again, Lark's Files. You just need to send me a PM. And peace.
Peace.